We return to the realm of shadow and starlight, on the edge of war and darkness made from the light. The dark sun is rising higher, preparing for his assault, and the Dark Queen regains her power in a citadel in blighted lands. War has been declared by the King of Shadows. For too long he has lain silent in his realm of stars, and let the King of Mirrors bring misery to innocence. Sword and tooth alike are being sharpened, armies and allies are being brought together. Dragons and wolves wait silently in the night to bring down the sun and bring a new dawn upon the day. The sun must set, so a new day will rise. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we live. Frank, pull the lever.
Staying alive.
Yeet. Also, I apologize for any bass music that gets picked up. It's my old people neighbors downstairs who have no concept of what volume is.
I love how they're the ones listening to the bass heavy music.
It's every night. It starts at like 7:30, 6:30 to 7:30 every night is when it starts. Every goddamn night.
Wow.
It just started like a week and a half ago. And like my desk vibrates, so I apologize if that gets picked up on the audio, you guys. So last session we left off in the bad place. You guys had just arrived on the hidden court continent island thing and made like mountains and found a scary deer thing. it was spooky, but you also found something else that was really big and scary and dangerous and death. Log like a gecko. And you guys found Sarela the dragon flying about, looking around for something, trolling the island.
But she didn't find us.
Yeah,
Yet.
she didn't find you. And you kept watch overnight, saw her again, very close by, and then you went to the Valeris estate, which you were told about by Asher, I believe. Told you that you could possibly use that as a safe house while you're on the island outside of the Grove. You know about another safe house. I believe one of you knows about this other safe at the Grove. Nilo?
Yes.
Nilo knows about the safe house inside the Grove, right?
Yes. The tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nyla knows it.
I don't remember who else knows. I think you all were told
She
about
knows,
that.
but she's not here.
Well, I think you all were told about the safe house in the tree. I think Nyla was the only one told about the safe house, like the estate.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
One or the other.
Either way, you guys know about two different places that are potentially safe. One of them is much more safe than the one you're probably currently at. But yeah, you guys get to the Valeris estate. You saw this. Where did it go? Upon
Oh no, it
arriving.
disappeared. Oh well. Never to be seen again.
Saw that upon arriving. It's a very old, grand-looking house. Moss and vines and trees have grown up all over the remaining standing bits. There are some covered bits that are still standing. Birds fly out when you go. It looks like it was a once very well loved and lived place. Nobody's been there for time.
Well, guess we gotta go in.
It's certainly preferable to staying outside.
What's the current time of day again?
I think I said you guys camped outside like the night before, so it's probably like
Gives us time to potentially see if there's anything dangerous inside.
I think I'd like to visit it anyway. Is there a front entrance we can see, or is there just like a hole in a wall somewhere?
there's a large wall like what you that's kind of got a hole in it. There are some front doors that you that are the front doors are intact. That part of the building for the main hall at least looks like it's still for the most part from where you can see intact. But there are holes in the building. It's clear that it's falling apart.
Oh, I zoomed in on the image. That's not a gate. That's not a gate. That's a destroyed wall. Okay. Alrighty, let's get in there. Look, I dare see.
Oh no.
Here.
I say. The Disney one, the rooster.
Why I do say that I ought to step in through that front door there.
Okay, perception. Yep.
Scent or sight or hearing?
It's just in general.
Oh,
What's up?
okay.
Anybody that's going, are you guys stepping through that hole in the wall?
I went up to the front door, as I said.
Okay, yeah, alright. Yeah, perception check for anybody that wants to. Alright.
Oh, only a 13. That is ver bad.
13 for me as well.
21.
Perception.
20.
Morak, what do your bird eyes see?
16. Are they taking the halflings anywhere? Yes, no, maybe.
They're taking them to Isengard. You guys see that there appears like there would have been at some point, and you recognize this probably. Venthier, there's some sort of celestial carved in the frame of the door. Morak, you see the same thing.
Yeah.
You both see that there's celestial carved around the door. It looks like it's been damaged, so it could have been something that protected the house at one point. If it's active or not.
Morak just points out, it's like celestial. That's all he does and just walks in. He's just like, oh look, celestial.
Are you trying the door?
Sure, why not?
Could I attempt to read it, or is it too faded to be legible?
Investigation.
Adria would.
Yeah, roll investigation because it's covered in moss and vines and decay.
14.
Adria will try as well. That's a save.
Venthier, it's kind of hard to make out what it is. If it's celestial, it's old celestial. Adria, same for you. It's not the same dialect of celestial that you guys know.
Gotcha.
It's old. You can probably guess a few words, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to the rest of what you're looking at. There is a piece missing at the bottom of the door. That chipped away.
Okay.
But are you trying? You said you are trying the door.
Yep.
Make a strength check. These are really the large stone doors. Like a big. They have a, the doors are carved with a tree on one door. And then a wolf playing with a star on the other door. So are you rolling too?
A strength check? Probably not, but I'll give it a go.
Oh, I thought you were helping.
Oh yeah, I'd
Yeah, do you
assist.
wanna help me?
I
Oh, are you
Look, my
assisting or are
strength-
you rolling
yeah.
separately?
Oh, I am going to assist.
Okay, Morak, you get the door to... The door starts to budge. It's hard for just you to push it, but you can get it. It's gonna take you a minute.
Can I use like mage hand to help?
Yeah.
Oh boy, 10 more pounds of force.
After some loud stone scraping on stone for a minute, the door finally opens enough. You guys get it open enough to where you... It's a thick door. It's like a foot thick. It's solid stone. But considering whose estate it was, makes sense.
Given the condition that it's in, I'm assuming it's kind of lit inside.
Yeah, actually, you see this. You see a hall that... I went and found a picture. You see a hall that...
Nice.
There's large windows, too. The glass is broken out near the top in a very large shape, like something... there's broken glass on the floor that's covered in several centuries worth of dust and grime and dead plant matter. The inside, there's none of the... In the enclosed space, however, there's none of the encroachment of the blighted vines and moss near the further deep side you go, unless there's areas that are exposed to the outside, like the holes in the walls or the ceiling. Those, like, around those specific areas, there's some of that stuff, but inside it's mostly just dust. Be a ghost. But there's the pillars are intricately carved with wolves and stars, and the ceiling at one point looks like it was painted with the night sky, constellations that you guys have never even seen.
Adra will be furiously taking notes and investigating every nook and cranny she can find.
How far do we have to go before it just opens up into just destroyed ruin again?
A little bit. There's enough of the main hall at least that's intact. You'd have to go down corridor hallway. There's several hallways that lead out from this main hallway. There's 2 main corridors that go from like the main hallway back further deep into the estate. There's 2 side corridors that branch off to the sides. And then there's another one that kind of in a recess in the corner and kind of leads off.
I will go down the corner.
I'll follow.
Hey, I'm going this way.
Not alone. For the love of God, not alone.
Adra will follow.
And
Trent.
No, I think Morak's gonna go down a different direction.
okay.
And the party.
Archer's gonna go with everyone else.
All right,
Morak's gonna explore.
Morik, where are you going? Cause okay, here, let me. A quick. Good eyes. That's totally
Wait.
not Waluigi.
Wait. Before Morak goes
Wait.
up, he's gonna go over, cast Death Ward on them.
Why am I the only one on
Slowly
the
walk.
thing? Oh fuck.
What?
Roll 20, why?
Roll20 just died on me.
Yep,
Yep.
I'm still in the game.
Yeah, it's back.
I'm still in. Yeah, I'm casting Death Ward on.
I just wanted to open up a new map page.
That's not allowed.
There we go. I was like, why am I the only one still in this roll 20?
No, I was here.
Yeah, I reloaded it.
We are experiencing.
As per the usual.
I can't even read the chat. In the other window that I've got up, and the one window's frozen.
Whoa.
Mine's fine. It reset itself.
Did it take you guys to a white screen?
No.
No.
It just made us single. That's all.
Yeah, it will not let me.
Oh, no, I'm at the white screen.
Okay.
Now we're
White screen.
Okay, I'm just gonna draw a quick fucking dirty like this is what the room looks like.
That's on you, Morak.
That's fine.
SpongeBob. Okay, so this is where oh fuck. Alright, Roll 20 fucked
Flustered
up.
Ori.
Well, roll 20 dicked up and it's kind of confused. Okay, oh, well, let me bring you guys on. Alright, you guys can't. I don't care. That's the door you guys came in. Can you move yourselves?
I cannot.
I don't see a token for me.
God damn it.
Fine.
Oh, no, that's me. And no, I can't move me.
Alright, drag yourselves on. Got yourselves onto the map. And that's the door you came in. Move where you're gonna go, so I know where you guys are at.
Which direction's everyone else going?
This was the corner right here that I was talking about.
Oop.
And like these ones are corridors here.
Yeah, the long ones are the corridors. These two are the windows near the front. That are like there's a big window over top of all three of these little boxes down here, but the door is underneath the other window. This is a door. That's the corridor that goes down the hall. Door, corridor. The long ones that look like arms are corridors.
Okay. You know what? Morak will go down this corridor.
I think this is the right one.
Go back here. Just be.
Your level again, 8. Okay.
Don't do this to me, Ori.
Roll 20, please. Load.
What's your level again? Okay. What's your AC? Got it.
Nice. I'm fine.
I had a DM that did that. He'd sit there and be like, "What's your AC?" Like 12. All right. He rolled dice. Okay. What happened? Don't worry about it. God fucking damn.
Yeah, I casted Death Ward on Morak because they want to go on their own.
Alright, Nora, where are you going?
She's heading this way.
Okay.
She's heading
Alright.
over this way. She's
Let's
a little bit
do-
behind because she's being a little cautious.
Do Morak. Morak, you start going down the hallway. What are you? You notice it branches off into a couple like little hallways that go into different doors, but mainly it seems like one long narrow section of the building that might be leading to either another building or side to a corner.
Okay.
What do you do?
I think Morak's just gonna quietly go to room and just check if things are in there or not. Basically just doing a sweep.
Okay.
God.
I found lots of pictures for this place, you guys.
Do you want me to roll stealth?
Yes.
15.
That's fine.
Yay!
Ori, why? Ori, why?
So you find a bunch of, it's just this corridor seems like mainly just those doors open up to the outside. They don't really go into any rooms. There is a door at the end of the corridor, but there's stone that's crumbled down and vines coming from the outside, reaching in, that are in front of it. That you would have to cross over them to get to the door.
Okay. Morak will turn around. And he's gonna go down the other corridors and just kind of do a corridor sweep, I guess.
Which way? Sorry, say that again. You're going down another one?
Yep. I'm going down this one over here.
Where did my mouse go? Now roll 20. Why? Alright. Nilo, Venthyr, Adria, and Nora. Similar little situation. You're going down this corridor that kind of looks similar. All the corridors are designed the same. Obviously, they have windows, and the nicely decorated statues, walls and everything. There look like there once was some poles with some heraldry on it. There were some paintings on the wall, but they've long since rotted, and they look just they don't look like they will ever be saved. Water damage, mold. Just it's not in a good shape. This corridor is a lot narrower than the other ones that you saw. So you could maybe squeeze 2x2, but you're gonna be uncomfortable going down it. It appears to kind of go down for a while before you find yourselves at some point going up.
And where does it lead?
You get to... There's no doors or anything that line it other than the windows, which disappeared. Once you started going up, the windows disappeared. But there's no doors. You get to the end of this corridor. You're not sure at this point whether you've gone up or down. And there's just a single simple wooden door at the end of it.
Well, we came this far already. I suppose I'll just freak it open.
May as well.
Good
Just
noise.
freaked open a door.
Good noise.
Timing.
Did you creak open a door IRL?
Me?
Yes,
No.
someone did.
That
No.
was probably my door. My door creaked.
That was perfect timing.
It was.
That was good.
Yeah, my door doesn't shut properly, so it creaks every so often.
That was great. But yeah, did you say you tried to push it open, or what are you trying to do?
I push it open. If it doesn't open, I will pull it because maybe it's a pull door and I'm stupid.
Or maybe it's locked.
Where we spend 15 minutes while you guys try to figure out the door. It seems like it's either locked or stuck. Or something else.
I am impressed that despite everything else in this house going to ruin, this one locked door survives.
Oh.
So I have Nora Venthier. You don't have your name as your to look at.
Sorry, it's Adria.
Adria, thank you. I'm just gonna go into my character sheet and look at my notes. Nora Venthier and Adria with Mimorak is by himself. Venthier, you look like you have the strongest boot. Have at it.
Very well then. Just gonna, before that happens, just in case, anything? Eyes of the Grave? Anything?
Nilo is undead.
Oh god.
You don't sense any.
Okay. Not very well then. I'm going to try and kick down the door, I guess.
I want you to make a strength check and a con save.
God damn it. Thanks, Blood Mage.
Hey, bud.
Strength check. Oh.
No.
Oh, that's great. What did I break my
So was
foot?
was the con save just to see if he screamed when he stubbed his toe?
No.
Oh, come to-
So you failed, by the way. Both. in
Yeah,
both
I kinda
regards.
figured.
God
damn it.
You go to kick this door, and not only is it solid, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't budge. You don't even make a thump on the door. It's that solid. You feel a shock go through your system at assaulting the door, and you're stunned for a second.
Okay. Am I knocked on my ass?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Perception check for anybody but him, because he's obviously knocked on his ass right now.
20 for Adriel.
15 for Nilo. Come on, buddy, no better.
Oh,
Still below a 10 blood mage.
Yep.
I believe.
I know that feel.
Gallivant! Nora is freaking Isabella showing up Gallivant, and the fact that he can do shit. So Nora and Adria, you both see as he kicks the door, you see a little arc of sort of magic follow him once he kicks the door and hits him, and that's when he knocks out onto his ass. But you also notice when he does that at the same time, there's a faint glow on the frame of the door. It just goes away quick.
The door appears to be magicked in some fashion.
Oh, that would have been nice to know.
But I would know it thanks to you.
I'm starting to hate you more and more.
Oh, there's no need for that. Besides, you can let that door beat you.
How about we use you as a battering ram?
Oh, well. If you think you could.
Wait, can't you turn into one of those large creatures? Those large
Correct.
things? Why can't you break it down?
Have you seen how small this corridor is? I mean, I could try. If you'd like to be squished.
We can move back.
But, Adria, what do you mean the door was warded when we...
Well, it seems to be there was obviously the shock that Van Thier so bravely took when he tried to knock the door down.
See,
But
Adria
then-
thinks you're brave.
Oh, don't make me laugh.
But then some sort of aura around it, maybe shielded.
Is there any writing on the door sill?
Yep.
And what does it say?
That's fascinating.
Listen,
right?
you guys gotta ask questions for me to be able to forfeit this information. I'm just gonna tell you there's shit written on the door.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm just.
All right.
No,
does
I'm
it
kidding.
say?
It is written in the Old Fey language. Do you speak that, Nilo?
Old Fae?
Nora, I think. Does Nora speak the Old Fey language?
I didn't know that
did
was
we-
something
I
I
didn't
would
put
have
it
to
down.
Did we
Sounds-
decide that? No, Nilo shouldn't know it. I'm stupid.
I speak Elven, Sylvan, Druidic, Draconic, and Primordial.
Nora, how old did we decide you were again?
She's, well, she was born 800 years before.
Okay, I'm gonna say that Nora, make me a.
You know what? I'm gonna simplify this for you.
Yeah, it works.
Hey.
Fuck your languages.
So
Well,
aggressive.
you guys are too young to know the language. Like, Nora would know some words, but Nora wouldn't be able to fluently translate
It's
anything.
like someone
Um,
who knows English learning or looking at German for the first time. They could see some words and understand it, but not
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
So Nora, you see written atop this door, only the family may enter. Or only the family may open this. The door will not open, from what you can read on that, to someone who is not a family.
She'll walk up and like try and wiggle the handle a little bit.
You're not. It won't open for you. But you didn't assault it, so. It's not going to assault you back.
Does Nora tell the rest of us what it says?
Over.
Oof.
Only the member of the family can enter or open the door.
Well, I have like Valyria's blood. I can. Hey, Dora. I think I'm part of the family. You want to let me in?
Maybe
Howdy.
you should apologize first.
I'm sorry I had my friend give you the boot.
The door seems put off by this. But
Still just sitting on the floor.
you have to try. Are you trying the handle, or are you just asking the door to open? for
I'm
you?
trying the handle.
Okay.
I want
That's
to
what I would have done the
negotiate.
first time when I tried to open the
I
door.
want to negotiate with the door.
It still doesn't open, Nilo. But
You need to pinprick my finger? Is that what's going on here?
you seem to get. Roll me an investigation on the door handle.
3.
That's intimidation.
Intimidation.
Door handle. I say. I
Open
swear.
up! Open up!
I
shite.
say.
I say.
I say you better open up. You better.
You notice on the door handle itself there are 5 holes around the handle. It's a round knob, but it's a rather large round knob. Kind of like you could,
Oh.
get your hand on it and maybe claws go in the holes.
Okay. Then I will. Stand back. Shoot. Back up.
I thought moved. It moves behind. God damn it.
And then I'll shift a bit. I'll shift and try to claw the door open.
Do you try to grab the handle on the parts where it needs it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It clicks and opens, but you get this weird feeling from the door that you probably could have just done that in your humanoid form and it would have opened. As long as you stuck your claws in the holes.
This is a sassy door. I just want to put that out there.
All right.
hate
I go back to
everything
my
about this
humanoid
place.
form, and I lean up against the door and just poke at it with my claws and go, "You are very difficult. Don't think I like you."
Doesn't answer you back.
It is a door.
It is a door.
But what's inside?
Inside. Inside, you find what appears to be a small, what used to be a library / a safe room. Like an escape room, like a hiding room. This may have been their emergency escape room, in case shit got bad.
Escape.
There's books scattered all over the floor. There's chairs broken. There's no windows. The floor is cracked all over the place. It's dirty and dusty. There's a door that's ajar at the other end of the room. It's not a very large room.
Right.
And there is a painting on the wall as well, above the other door that's ajar.
And did this painting survive enough that I can see what's on it?
Yeah, it's just, it's survived, but it's very coated in dust. It would take a long time to clean it. Are you gonna look at it?
Yes, I will look at the painting.
It has what you could probably guess are Lethan and Asher, 2 tiny little red-headed children with bright silver eyes. They look really happy. And a woman who you guys have never seen. She's got the long curling red hair, green eyes. She's got flowers in her hair. She's wearing greens and pinks and just she looks like the very personification of Mother Nature.
Grandmother.
And there is a man sitting next to her, which the Fae in the room will recognize as Fomalot, the older star Fae man with the dark, almost bluish black skin with the stars twinkling in it and the silver hair and silver eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They all look really happy, and the house is in the background, and you can see like the house is not dilapidated. It's in what it used to be, what the state that it used to be in.
All right. How big is this painting?
Probably like my American brain's like 18 by 24 inches. Duh. No. Like it's about. It's big enough to where if you carry it, it might be a little cumbersome, but you can carry it around easily enough.
Do any of you have one of those bags that's like extra dimensional or whatnot?
I'm afraid I don't.
Beans.
I thought I gave you guys one of those. It's my bad.
No.
You might have. It's just.
Can I retroactively, because I thought I already did it, say Nora has one?
Thing is, you might.
Out of
I think-
character, I don't even have magical
I think
items
Nora
yet.
is probably the most trustworthy one that would have that.
A bag of holding.
Alternatively, you might have given it to Septimus.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Could we just say that it's something that I was given?
Yeah.
Okay. Raise his hand. I've got one.
Oh, sweet. And
Yeah.
would you mind if I put that in there? I think that'd be something. Yeah, I'm going to take your bag.
Well, you're not taking my bag. I
I'm
will
opening
let you
it.
Put something. I can open. Oh, God.
Thank you. You are very kind, and I pat you on the head.
I need you all to make perception checks.
Of course.
Do you want me to as well, or just?
Yeah, I need you to make one, definitely. I'm about to come back to you, sorry.
Alright. No, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure. 20.
Did mine
Just-
not?
Distracted by conversation that's happening.
God damn it!
I am confused because I have been pat on the head.
Nyla, you're distracted.
Yep.
All of us are distracted.
Good
Um,
job, Venthea. You got a bag.
Okay.
Adria was just kind of going around looking through books, so she
Yeah.
probably wasn't paying much attention.
Were there any books that survived that Adria might spot?
Yes. But they're all written in the old Fae language. And there's nothing in Sylvan, there's no common. They're all old Fae. You know several Fae that could translate that for you back at the night. You find about 4 books that are intact on the floor. There's probably more on the bookshelves, but they've have to sort through them all, and you can carry all of them.
Adria would pick up the ones that look more intact and inquire about putting them in the bag at some point.
Knight, since you have the bag, are you going to keep track of this, or do you want someone else to make the list?
Um,
I'm rolling a d8 to see how many books you pick up, and it keeps rolling a 4. So yeah, you only get 4.
I can start making a list of things. Give me a second, because fun fact, I've never actually had something like a bag of holding before, so I've never had to.
Useful tool, that.
Just type them on your equipment sheet.
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna toss them into the treasures just to make it easier.
Good enough.
So we have. Do you just want me to call this family painting?
Family painting and old Fae books, I suppose, times 4.
And real quick, I'm gonna go over to Morak
Hello.
and transition. Morak, you're going down another hallway. This one's a lot bigger. This seems like it's a corridor that goes to the main part of the house.
Alright.
It's caved halfway in. You can walk around the cave in, like there's still part of the roof and part of the hallways like navigable, but
Yeah.
part of it's completely caved in. You're exposed to the outside. You do see off in the distance as you are walking past this hole. You do see the dragon patrolling.
Okay.
She's looking for something. It's very clear now that she is looking for something.
So
But-
she's basically just patrolling the area, essentially, not specifically the building.
Not the building, no. She's patrolling the island, but this half of the island. She knows she spotted the ship offshore, probably, you can guess.
Hmm.
But as far as you're aware, she can't leave the island. So the ship is safe. She just knows someone is nearby, possibly.
Okay. Morak will head back and inform everyone that quite possible she is looking for us. Yeah, so Morak's just gonna be like, I just saw the dragon. We should probably be very careful from here on out, because I think she might be looking for us.
Well, if this was an escape room, there might be a way we could move around.
There, like I said, there
There-
was that other door, and there are
Yep.
bookshelves.
I'm gonna check this door, but maybe one of these books is like you only pull it halfway out because then it opens something up. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. And he points at Adria.
Adria's already over at the bookshelves after she deposited the good books. She found on the floor. She's going through all the bookshelves.
Roll me investigation check. If you're looking for one of those. Not who's checking the door.
Me.
19 for Adria.
Okay.
Are there any?
Go ahead.
Are there any like safes or glass cases or anything of like that would hold objects and or items that are just within this room still?
Yeah, they decorated this room and gave it enough stuff to where they would be entertained for a time if they had to stay down. What are you looking
Okay.
for?
Just any sort of things that are like holding items or objects that might look interesting, or considering that would I have been able to put together based on what the painting looked like that this might be one of this place might have a connection to someone I've seen before initially in the courtroom. Like, would I know that, oh look, tiny blood?
Did I say if FOMO was in the courtroom, you guys, in the throne room?
No, you didn't.
Did I say he was in there previously, like before we redacted it?
Yeah. He was at the night court.
So he would have been in there. Okay. You would see that the man was definitely the man. Like you saw him standing in the throne room when you guys were talking to the king. You can probably put 2 and 2 together about the 2 children because you did see Blethen and Asher in the throne room.
Okay.
You can probably put 2 and 2 together. The woman,
Okay. If it looks like there is anything of possible sentimental value that has been left, I will grab it and put it in the bag, or at least try and get it out of its container.
Roll investigation check. Nilo, the door opens into what appears to be a small armory.
I'm not having luck tonight.
Anything interesting?
It looks like it's been mostly picked clean by probably FOMA's forces or whoever's forces when the war was going on. There's a few just looks like they swapped their weapons out for better ones. There's just discarded old rusted swords on the ground. However, you notice when you get to the back of the room there's a weird stone in the wall, like shaped. It doesn't seem like it matches the rest of the stone.
Really now? Well.
And there's on that stone there's a what probably was a bloody handprint at one point, but it's dried and stained.
Can I attempt to put my hand over that and push or something?
Yeah, you could make a strength check.
Eh.
It doesn't budge.
Do you want some help?
Yes. I still need to do my push-ups today.
And
Don't
Morak
don't
gets,
don't
like,
talk
an
about.
Mage hand.
Nora, are you using Mage Hand?
Yeah.
Morak will also.
I'm pretty sure even with 11, Nilo, did more than 10 pounds of force.
Nope.
I did better than Morak.
Um,
Nope.
yeah, this door's not. It looks like it might be a door, but it's not budging. Either you're pushing a pull door, or something else is going on with this door.
All right, hold on.
I
Let's
You give me a second.
investigate the door.
Nora,
We're investigating it. How the hell do we open this door?
the bloodied handprint looks like it dragged down the door, and like someone tried to get to it and it fell. There is a.
Can
Y'all
I
are
do?
struggling with these
Sorry?
fucking doors today too. By the way, what?
No, look,
just
I
not
cast
having
I
good luck.
cast mold earth and I move it whatever which way it needs to go.
Okay, that actually works. It is
Goddamn
certain
doors.
person's house, so natural methods. But it does open.
What does it open?
Get to that in a second.
Okay.
Adria, you find a bookshelf that's got a figurine of a tree on it. And beneath the figurine, there's a lever.
I will pull the lever.
Cash cow! Yeah, you pull the lever, and the rest of you all hear this loud shuffling of the stones on the wall in the room that you guys walked out of to go check this other door. Like that sound of stones just shuffling on their own and moving out of the way to form a doorway that is now looks like it leads down further deep into the ground. There's a staircase.
Uh-huh.
That's the door that Adria opened up.
Okay.
The door that Nyla just opened. You walk inside this door, and it looks like there was, at one point, a fully standing bed. It is collapsed in on itself, either from age or damage. It's not really clear which. And there's a dusted old skeleton laying next to it in the corner with a sword right through its chest. And that's all that's in this room.
Well, shit. I'm gonna go examine that sword real quick.
It's cursed.
Quiet you. I'm not gonna attune to it without recklessly.
Shut up.
Did title this stream Old Ghosts, by the way. You should have
I
saw
am-
something coming.
I'm curious if there is a sun emblem on this sword anywhere.
Investigation. Also, the corpse is wearing armor.
Any insignia that's clear on that?
It's covered in
I
dust.
can't roll for shit!
It's covered in dust. You're gonna have to clean it off to be able to see what the insignias are beneath it. It's very
Nilo-
coated.
Nilo gets right close to the sword, feel the dust on it, and goes, ah, shit! Too goddamn dusty in here.
I'm
Also, you
having
guys
trouble.
noticed as you walked into that room, it's not a very large room, but as you walked in, you noticed that blood trail from where the hand went down leads to where that skeleton's at, the old, like, stain on the floor. But yeah, you can't get anything with that 6, Nyla.
Mother. Yeah, beans. Well,
The rest of you see this too, except for Adrian walked in there.
No,
Morak,
she's focused on that door and just looking at more books.
you're older than I am. Do you know any of these symbols? And Nora as well.
Like I
Do
said,
I know any of the Sims?
it's covered in dust, like a thick layer of dust and
You know
crap.
We wipe off the
I will
dust.
wipe off the dust.
It's just dust, Ori. Just wipe it off.
Wipe.
Well,
all
it's really,
fucking
it's like
time.
1,000+ years of dust. That shit's gonna be caked the fuck on there. Okay, fine,
And
you
just
wipe it
still
away.
Wipe it off.
Vegetation.
The dust is. Is it a square foot of dust?
Too bad. I was already wiping it away before you said presto did it.
Investigation or history for those of you wiping it away. Nyla, you can roll history now that you've cleaned it off. Should be better at that.
Oh, poor Nilo.
Nope. She's cleaning. She's
I'm
too
just-
mad about all the dust. She's
The
cleaning.
dust in this room is just defeating every.
I'm just
Clink, clink.
standing. I'm just standing there watching this. Like,
So you're just watching the
this-
green
this is what
light
you-
just freak out.
this is what you get for making me get knocked on my ass for a door.
Adria hears all the commotion and just starts talking to herself. Oh, I'm glad I'm not in there.
I'm just gonna walk out of the room and just go over to Adrian and
Ori,
help.
come on,
You
come
know
on.
what?
I have
Fine.
seen emblems of the sun. I
I
know
it's
decor
not,
insignia.
That's not what I was trying to get you to roll
Okay.
investigation for. It was the armor.
So there isn't any of that there.
Oh yeah, there is. The sword has a sun on the pommel. The sword has a sun on the pommel, and the blade looks like it once was gold, but it's tarnished.
Can I take a look at the blade?
What were you gonna say, Nilo?
Venthia, you're a medicine man, yeah?
Yes.
You know
why?
about the body.
What do you?
Would you be able to tell if this skeleton was a lad or a lass?
Just
'Cause
turn.
I got a theory about who this might be. I just want one more check.
Let me. Unfortunately, I don't have that spell prepared, so I can't do that. God damn.
Oh god damn it, that'd be so great.
Just do a
Yeah,
random medicine
I-
check.
Wait, what
Well,
spell?
Speak with dead.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't have it prepared.
Wait, you
'Cause
want
that's-
someone to speak with the dead?
That'd be useful.
I don't have that one in my wheelhouse today.
Fine, give me a moment. Adria will leave from the bookshelf and
Wait.
cough
Keep it-
and wheeze through the dusty room.
Well, at least one of us is prepared.
Morak, what are you trying to do with the sword?
I just want to look at it. Is it familiar to Morak?
Oh, here we go again.
Has he like heard stories or something, you know, from like Mithril chatting?
This is an old style blade that the Fae. You've seen similar blades carried by like Mithril, or it's closest in shape to Mithril's blade, but it looks like it's definitely not anything that anybody in the Night Court would be holding, even the Night King. But it's old enough to where Oberon may have had something like this, or maybe father, someone else.
Yeah, okay. Morak will keep that to himself. Until
Did Morak take the sword or just look at it?
he probably like reached over to like just stop you from moving so he could look at it and then just gave it back to you.
But it's still embedded in the corpse
Yeah.
since you pulled it out.
Oh, if it's
Yeah.
actually, if it's in the corpse, then he would have just pulled it out. I thought
Okay.
Nyla had it.
And that's how we have the Mummy Returns. No,
No, don't need to happen again.
Go back to sleep.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
So as Adria's just reaching around in her components, is anybody here familiar with Speak with the Dead?
I mean, I talk to dead plants sometimes. It's kind of sad. I give them a little eulogy.
I don't know why.
I also
imagine,
do that for dead animals. Some of my friends.
I imagine the question wasn't for me.
No, not for you, Venthyr. I'm
Okay,
asking
good.
our other friends here.
Did you say you give eulogies to dead animals?
Well, yeah, some of them are nice.
I.
Well, you wouldn't have a funeral for your dog if you loved it.
I've never. Well,
You're kind of a bad person.
you,
Nilo, stop kicking poor Venthyr, please.
Oh, but it's so entertaining.
oh my god! I'm
So-
going to burn everything down.
She'll pull out a stick of incense. You'll get 5 questions. So think good ones. Don't waste the dead's time.
How was your day, corpse?
I
I think Nyla should be the one talking to it.
It has to be Adria.
Adria, I want
Oh,
you to
Nyla answered.
roll. I want you to roll a d20 when you go to try to cast that spell.
Okay. So,
Dragon.
Here's-
the spell.
Yeah, it doesn't bring the spirit back. It
No, I
doesn't
know.
bring the life back.
So she will light the incense and begin the spell.
You start to try to begin the spell on that corpse, and there's nothing. You get the sense
Curious.
that either this spirit that was attached to this body isn't in the land of the dead.
Adria will get a look of concern on her face. Well, I don't think this is going to be happening today.
Do you still proc off the
Spell use?
spell?
Yes.
Yeah, you would.
A corpse of your choice within range.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just the spell doesn't go off. It just stops.
Okay.
It just go off. There, like I said, you get the sense that whatever spirit belongs to that body is not in the land of the dead.
Gotcha. So the slot did get used?
I'll say no.
Okay.
It just refused to go off.
That spell has some wonderful, confusing language at the end.
Yeah, I know.
Well, at least this room smells a bit better after the incense.
That's a bit concerning, though.
Well,
not
if
really.
If you guys have cleaned off the armor, also you guys can roll history on.
Your concerning and my concerning are two different things.
dice.
And where
I
the
know.
sword was
23.
embedded in it was kind of in between the neck and the chest plate. It was not a clean death.
Ooh.
Ooh.
23 on investigation.
15 on history. 100% on wishing V were here.
Yeah, no, same. I got more. I can try things.
Yep.
Morak, Nilo, you recognize the insignia on the armor, but you're not entirely sure why. It is a crane holding a sword.
Yep, it is exactly what I thought it
Yes,
was.
okay.
Morak, you've heard stories from Mithriel and the others about an old fae that they all kind of hold in very high regard, named Crane. Or that's what everyone calls him. You're not sure what his real name. But he was one of their champions, and he didn't make it off the island when the war was over. He didn't. They couldn't find him.
but Nilo knows a bit more because I believe V told everyone.
Actually, V's only said that she has Crane in her body.
Yeah.
She never specified on exactly who he is and who he was. She just mentioned like he was a fighter, he's really really old, and she's got his soul.
Hey, do you think you
or
guys were
something in her body.
told
We,
stories
I
about
believe
it?
we
No.
gained the knowledge of who he
Yeah, you
was.
probably gained like the stories and stuff, but not. Yeah.
Crane's corpse. Where it looks like he probably wasn't killed here. He dragged himself down here and got finished off.
Hmm.
By someone.
Oh, who could it have been?
Yes.
So Adria reading the room from people's reactions. I take it this was a person of import.
I do believe it was.
He was a champion.
Which is Nilo, actually all of you, because you know how that door worked, it's strange that he got in here.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
He may be family.
And if he's family, I do not like this at all. Fucker.
Also, who has the sword?
I do.
Morak.
Like I said, it's the same as Mithril's in the way it's made, so there is some old, dusted, probably not much left in there. It's gonna have to be replaced, but there's grooves where there used to be ashwood inlaid into the weapon. There's probably a few like splinters. Probably not gonna hold up.
Morak will probably keep it on him.
Right now, it functions purely as a mithril sword.
Mithril? Alright, cool.
Until you go have someone, you'll have to speak to Mithril about who he goes to get the.
Yeah.
Should we maybe take the armor back?
Was it theirs?
Yes.
Opens bag of holding. Are we going to shove a corpse into here now?
Hold on, just
Can
a
we shove a
moment.
corpse in there?
It's not going to rot.
Would
I
you
think-
consider the armor to be sacred to this person?
I was going to say if they wanted to
Maybe.
bury him if they wanted to bury him properly or them
Yeah,
properly.
you see, well, that's the thing. I don't know if I think they might be back alive. That's kind of like why your spell didn't work, because they're, not in the dead. So maybe, this old armor might mean something.
That's fair.
So am I shoving a skeleton and armor in here, or just the armor?
I get the.
Well, Venthyr, I do believe that even if this person is back, this body did not meet a good
Yeah.
fate.
I feel it would be very creepy to show someone their old corpse.
It would, but I would
I mean, it'd be an interesting experience. I don't know how I'd react.
I believe that if the rest of you would be so kind to just keep guard in the back room, Venthyr and I will perform suitable last rites and prepare the corpse for his bag.
Will do. While you do that, I'm gonna look into that other door that you opened up.
That's fair.
Okay. So, Nora, what are you doing?
I don't know at this point. What the fuck?
I'm having flashbacks to Nadine because my druid has more than once shoved a corpse into her bag.
I'll talk to you later.
My druid likes to collect skeletons and take them places. Okay, she thinks she thinks all skeletons have something that she can go give them to a priest for.
You'd love the vertebrae shackles and ducks.
God, there's a necromancer in every game, isn't there? Anyway,
What? No, Nadine's not a necromancer.
Close
There's-
enough.
close enough.
You say that.
Anyway, so Nora, where are you at? Are you in the room with the corpse of Crane?
She's in the room with everyone.
She was furiously trying to get the dust away.
Yeah, she was
All the-
cleaning everything.
All the
room
Fae
is
were, and we were just
spotless.
standing there watching.
The room is spotless. But yeah, you.
Are there any other symbols aside from cranes?
There's Crane symbol. There's the sun, the Day King symbol on the sword. You guys have inferred that already. Those of you know who he is.
Yeah.
The
Gonna kill him.
there's a tapestry on the wall that is probably what you can guess the tapestry for the Earth Mother for you. Guess that. And
Are there any that we can't just look right off the bat know? Without like an investigation.
there's
check
one
or history
on
check?
Crane's armor that you don't.
That's the only one.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's one on Crane's armor that you don't know.
Is there a fox on Crane's armor?
If you look at the collar,
Aww. So cute.
Hmm.
Now wait a minute. This person's in this room, and they were like bonded to one of the foxes, and that fox is a brother to another fox. Am I distantly related to V?
Oh my god. Borak's gonna just stand there. He's like, if V marries Roth, then maybe, because then he's related to Remus, which is his brother.
And then he's here, which is like a family room. Oh shit, did I break family taboo by letting you all in here?
That ship has sailed, my friend.
Congratulations, you now are going to be banished or something. I don't know how you people work.
None of you are allowed to speak of this.
Oh, we're
The door-
totally
the
going
door-
to speak of this.
The door was open. Say the door was open when we got here, and I'll give you another piece of bacon.
No. No, that's not how that's working.
how any of this works.
That's not how any of this works. Good luck with that.
Good, he's learning.
But yeah,
Also,
what?
I have the painting.
Borak will just take the bacon.
Nora,
Oh, beans!
Nora, that symbol that you didn't recognize on the armor was a tree with a sword crossed in front of it and a griffin in the air above it.
Moonin pokes its little head out. Because I still have my griffin.
You have a griffin in this game too?
Wait,
Yes!
here? Oh my god, it's
Remember, we
going to
took the other
die!
griffins.
Yeah, we took
Right.
the other
For those
griffins.
of you that don't realize this, her griffin is a baby raven and panther, I think is what I said it was. Raven and panther?
Blood mage.
Or snow leopard.
What?
It was a raven and
Snow
a snow
leopard, I
leopard crossed griffin.
Blood mage. Blood mage, we're gonna have another Hugin incident, aren't we?
Nora, why would you bring that here? This is a dangerous place.
another Hugin incident.
Night. It's not Hugin, it's Moonin. Hugin's counterpart.
I hate
Why
you.
would you bring a baby griffin to literally the worst place in the Feywild?
Is that a baby griffin? Do we need to feed? Wait, do we need to feed that?
No, I didn't bring
Don't
It's
do
not
this.
really-
Did you
I'm
leave him
pretty
with
certain I said-
Ibeorn?
I'm pretty certain last session I said I left him with Ibeorn.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
All right.
Sorry,
So,
we're in another campaign when she brings a griffin along to dangerous situations. I completely expected her to do it again.
Yeah,
Um,
last
Sorry,
time it
we'll
almost
continue.
died.
No, she left him with Ivy.
okay, Iberon's probably like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this thing.
It's just screaming.
It's just screaming.
It's just screaming. But
The penguin one is flying through the air, going newt newt motherfucker.
Dive bomb.
Sarsha's chasing it.
Anyway, what
Well,
do
she was missing because she didn't make it.
I know, you didn't make
Well,
it. But yeah, you see that symbol. It's the tree with the sword crossing over it and a griffin flying overhead. What,
I
Noah?
believe in a dream, and it didn't help well.
Oh, you have no idea what that symbol is.
I don't know.
Nyla's gonna look at the other door that Adria opened up.
It is a staircase that's narrow and goes down. It is dark.
Hey, there's that possible escape route that I mentioned
It's
could
damp.
be here. Pardon?
Damp.
Oh, it's damn. Does it smell?
It smells like rotten earth because you're on a rotten island. Death.
Great.
are we going down?
Possibly. Using like navigation of cardinal directions, does it seem to go the correct way? Thank you. All right. Well, this goes to the southwest, which happens to be where the grove is. So this could see us with a nicer path.
Can everyone see in the dark now?
I can. 60 feet.
Yes.
So 1, 2,
As can Adria.
3.
I'm assuming all true fake can.
Yeah, true. If I have.
So
Fine.
I believe
Well,
everyone can.
I think the only one that can't is Bunko, and Bunko's not here.
Bunko's there, but being very quiet and out of character. Out of characterly quiet.
Bunko, why are you drunk?
You just stuck Bunko in the bag of holding.
I'm just gonna slowly shove his head like halfway through the bag of holding.
Yeah.
You're allowed to breathe for now.
What is the marching order? Because this is narrow enough to where you can only go one by one.
But Adria and Venthier complete the last rites and then took the armor, correct?
I would assume so while this is all going on.
Yes.
I'll say that you guys did that.
All right.
Alright,
It's
I will.
the armor looks quite heavy, but it was very light.
What should I put it under? What do I call it?
Corpse.
Just
We
meant
would wrap
the
it.
armor.
Put it as Crane's corpse.
Just put it as Crane's corpse, armor included.
We'd wrap it like a mummy
Batteries
and
not.
just slip it into the bag.
It sounds like a toy. Batteries included.
Crane's corpse and armor, batteries included.
Alright, so
Crane's armored corpse, weapons not included, all sales final.
when you pick his
Oh no,
body up,
weapons are included.
Alright,
there is a
we'll pick
weapon
the body up.
Vinthier and Adria, when you pick his body up to put it into the bag, the rest of you are not in the room, right?
Correct.
That's right.
When you two pick up the body to put it in the bag, it goes in there fine. You don't have any issue with it, but something falls out of the armor onto the floor.
Whatever.
Adria will pick it up.
It is a amber, like a big piece of amber, but on the inside of it, somehow there's this intricate little image inside of it. Like, you guys know those laser engravings on like the crystal, like
Yeah.
where they put the engraving on the inside of it. It kind of looks
Yes.
like that, and it looks like a fox chasing a little bird.
I'll just hold my hand out for it so I can put it in the bag.
Let's see if this has any particular meaning to any of those others in the other room first.
Very well then.
Adria will walk out with the amber and show it to the Fae in the room.
So I'm
Is
sorry,
this-
I got a bit confused. Is it like a ring or is it just a piece of amber?
It's like a piece of amber the size of like I want to say $50, but you Canadians don't know what I mean when I say that.
Look,
Just a decent
we have
size
dollar bills and we have coins.
No,
It's
those
okay.
are half dollars or coins, but they're like really big coins.
They're
We
yeah,
have
they're
dollar
like
coins,
Like a
Ori.
British pound or something.
We
like
have
that.
bigger coins
Or
than
a
you
euro.
Let's see.
It's like the size of a
half
small
dollar.
cookie.
$half are not that big.
do. Look,
I said
don't
a
worry
small
about it.
cookie.
It's
Say
Maybe
a
the
nice coin.
it's
size
coin
of a
sh-
toonie.
coin
it's the
shaped.
size of an Oreo.
Yeah,
The size of an Oreo. You
yeah, a
fucking
poker
just know
chip.
what
Thank
Oreos
you,
are, right?
Triage. Thank you, Triage. A poker
Thanks,
chip.
Try.
God
They're
damn it.
not that big.
They are.
No, they're not.
It's not important. It is not important at all. All right. So a little poker chip of amber depicting a bird chased by a fox.
Is there color to it, or is it just a?
Color in so much as the bubbles that the image is comprised of are lighter than the surrounding amber because they're hollow.
Okay, so it doesn't show the coat color.
It's just a fox.
It's just a fox. Alright.
Does it have any particular
Morak can
meaning?
probably put two and two together, right?
Yeah.
Like, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morak will just outstretch his hand. It's like, I can give that to a friend.
Fair. Adriel will hand it over.
Yeah, and then he will stash it away as well.
Alright, yeah, nothing. You don't have anything else you can find. Just the.
All right, we shall descend this staircase.
Morak will
Oh.
go first.
All right. I will be behind Morak. I probably won't be able to shift in this tight space. Uncomfortable.
Which is why I go first.
Uncomfortable.
Squishy boy. Alright. Does everybody go down the tunnel, or is there anything else you guys want to try and do in those rooms before you go? Did you guys close the door, by the way?
Yes, there's a dragon on the loose. Why would we leave signs of that we've been here?
I'm just asking. I mean, people have done stupider shit.
I'm saying that because oh boy, we should really fucking close those doors. Oh wait a minute.
Closes
back up,
door
close the
as
doors.
he's the last one to leave. Closes the one we entered, and then the one for this staircase.
Close the stone doors too at the front.
I don't know how to close those.
You push real hard.
You guys backtrack to the front doors?
Yeah. I will hold that difficult door open if I must.
Why are you laughing?
You guys went back and you guys have made noise.
Before Ori started laughing, I was gonna say let's not do that, but
Yeah.
I'll let you choose.
Hmm.
Are you gonna go back to the front doors, or are you just gonna close
I
the
would say
down
not
doors?
to the front doors. The
Are the
other
front-
doors are fine.
Or-
Are the front doors closed?
It was you guys got the front door open enough to get inside, but it's not like gate.
Did we close it afterward?
Bed.
No.
I'm pretty sure we didn't.
I would say no. Let's
All right.
just not.
Fine, let's not.
You guys not going up there?
No.
Okay. Dice down then. So you just close the doors to the safe room.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys start heading down this tunnel. It's a long tunnel. There's no visibility to the side.
Alright.
You can hear what might be thunder. You're pretty far underground though, so you're not sure.
Knowing thunder, does Morak actually think it's thunder, or just the wings of?
I'd be. You like I think I said before that there was a storm on the coming
yeah,
on the
that's
coast.
You did.
So you can put two and two together and assume that it's finally hitting the island, and it's a nice one, which might mean the dragon might go to ground for a while.
No, get struck by lightning, please.
But you don't know how willing she is to find what she's like. Well, I mean, you might actually. But it takes a while, and there are some really tight spots that you guys do have to kind of squeeze through that have caved or kind of sunken in from where it is underground. And it's literally just a tunnel of dirt. It's reinforced in some places, but where it's not stable. After a couple hours, what it feels like, you do get to the end and find a trapdoor type thing with a
Alright.
ladder attached to it. The ladder seems to be in fairly decent shape.
Before we go out there, would you mind if we take a quick bio break?
Anybody needs to go potty, go ahead. We'll be back in 5 minutes. I need to refresh my drink. We'll be back in 5 minutes, you guys.
Be right back.
You need to
You guys get to the end of this tunnel. Hi, chat. We're back.
Hello.
We're back. I was talking to them about my new baby duck named Titania. She is a cute and fluffy and the bestest duck. And she actually cuddled me today, and it was cute.
Oh.
Cuddled me, and she didn't try to run away, so she likes me now. Well, the first few times she was kind of freaked out. First few times of. But anyway, so we back. You guys get to the end of this tunnel. There is about a ladder that's about 10 to 15 feet up with a trapdoor above it. I say trapdoor, you know what I mean.
Hatch.
Yeah, a hatch.
Alright. Gotta peek through the hatch. Or open it ajar. See if there's anything above the top. Instantly gets eaten by dragon.
I'm not.
Well, guess we're going the other way.
You open the hatch and you see it is storming. It's at this point it's late afternoon, so it's not dark yet, but its sun's not as high as it was. It's a pretty nice, decent storm. It is raining where you're at, but it's raining pretty hard. But it seems like the tree cover is taking most of the hit of the rain. But when you open it, you see these trees. You can't see a whole lot, but you see a lot of color. Like, not just green, like every color. But you can't really make out details until you guys get fully out of the...
So, like, every color of the rainbow, so it doesn't look sickly?
Yep.
Okay. Morak will open the hatch. And get out, I guess. To let everybody else.
Did everybody climb up the ladder?
Yours.
Yep.
Correct. Yes.
Climb, climb.
Oh, it's the mute.
Yeah. You got a fancy beat.
Well, I did.
So you all climb out. As you guys climb out, you see... The first thing you see is... come out at the base of an absolute massive... Its base and the trunk of this tree are probably about the size of like the city
The matter
below
which is left.
the city below the night castle.
Oh, it's that big.
A big ass fucking tree.
Well, okay. That's a colossal tree.
It's huge. But surrounding this tree, and like if you look up, you see branches and stuff that just arc over this whole grove. But the leaves on that tree in particular are almost every color of the rainbow. They look like they're metallic-ish. So if the sun was shining, they would be more vibrant and reflective, shimmery. But the trees that are on the ground are just normal sized, like oaks and stuff like that, but they're not normal in their color. The leaves are all different colors of the rainbow. Each tree has 2 or 3 different colors to it, but the leaves all have that shimmery, almost metallic effect to them. Some of the trees have human-shaped holes or recesses in them. Some of them appear like they're fully intact. The grass is vibrant even in the darkness of the storm.
This is where we needed to be. We made it.
That's good.
Morak will turn to the party members who have never been, well,
Heard.
he has never been here, but like, just the humans is like, don't touch the trees. Very important.
Yeah, we just need to find the one tree we're looking at that has the the post-it note attached to it.
Do you know where that is?
Hmm. Beyond being in the grove? Let me think. Or did we get any sort of indication of where that would be?
Yes. But I think so. I'll say that you guys know this information, that you were told that the tree that it may be attached to, it's two different names that are tied together.
Uh-huh.
The tree that Alorian's partial name is attached to is Thoreus's tree. You were told that it was on the side of the grove where the sun sets first.
Having been on this island for more than one day, do we know which side that is?
It is currently late afternoon right now. It is dark and storming though, so it's kind of hard to tell. It does. I'm just gonna go with the general normal shit. It rises in the east. That's no.
So it would be where the sun sets first, you said.
Yes.
Technically,
That would
I'm just be having a
be the,
brain fart, but is that the east? Because it loses the sun first.
that would be the east, technically speaking.
Okay.
Goes back to.
Brain.
Brain fart.
We need to check the eastern side of the grove.
And then let us be on our way.
I'm assuming I can't move.
Not gonna lie, I did not expect that tree to be that huge.
You're gonna have to move the token. Nor or Archon is forever on this map.
I know I can go, or not Nico. Fuck. Or not. They won't even let me bring Leo. Oh wait, I know why.
You want a different layer.
I'm on the wrong. I've got two different browser windows. One as the player and one as the GM. I didn't give my permission to move. But yeah, you can infer that that's the east side of the.
Alrighty.
But it is starting. It is probably, I'd say, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Dark and storming. As far as you know, from what you've been told, the bad things on the island cannot enter. So you should be safe.
Alright. Well, it is believed that this grove should be safe from the horrors that surround it. So, if we wanted to fan out and make some ground, we'd more or less be safe. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. Sorry, I got very thirsty. I got a drink.
Nyla just like started undoing his mecha. The Zoid just like crouched down.
The image I had in my head, you know how there's some girls who just do the whole lick their finger and then touch their ass and just do the same thing.
Oh
no! Oh man.
He's got the
Sorry.
what's the wolf's name in the Zoids again?
Oh,
Liger Zero.
No, the wolf.
No.
Don't worry
wolf?
about it. It's not important.
It's Nyla right
Command
now.
Wolf. It's Command Wolf.
Yeah, Command Wolf. Nyla's just
heard
Nyla
somebody-
doesn't shift. He just jumps inside the fucking Command Wolf.
I'd be so about that if this. Never mind. Still, there was a big scary dragon in the air, and if she sees us, she probably wouldn't be keen on letting us leave, regardless.
Where you're at right now, you can't see the other side of the grove, or you'd have to go around the tree, the big one, to look up at the other mountain range where you know the citadel is. If you wanted to look for her that direction, but you'd have to go around the tree.
I'm assuming the dragon is also not allowed in the grove.
I
We don't know.
believe I would still be very worried, because just because she's not allowed to be here doesn't mean she wouldn't be able to see us.
Nyla, make me a history check. Any of the Fae, make me a history check.
Including Morak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, Sylvanas doesn't really care for her right now.
20. Morak knows shit.
Apparently, Nylo and Arton forgot all the lessons they were taught.
I think Morak
I'm
sitting
just
there
not
maybe.
rolling well tonight.
That's okay.
Maybe
I
it's
never
been a
roll well.
while.
Nora and Nylo, you're just too distracted by actually being in the place of your ancestors to really remember much of anything. Morak, you paid attention in school.
He paid attention to me.
You know-
You
You know from what you've been told about the resistance and stuff from Mithriel and the others that the reason that the rest of the island is blighted and the way the pattern of the worst parts of the island is, she tried to blight the grove and it exploded outward.
Okay.
So the grove repels her magic, so you can probably guess that she cannot enter it anymore.
All right, but so even if she can't enter it, my point is that she's flying around. If she sees any one of us, then we're gonna have a hard time getting back to the ship. Is what I mean.
Mm.
You're assuming that we haven't been detected up to this point.
That is an assumption I am very much desiring. Yes.
And that is
Hmm.
if she is specifically looking for us. She could be looking for something else.
Could be.
Safe to assume it's us.
Either way,
So you say it's safe for us to split up and search the eastern section of the grove.
the grove should be safe. Yes.
Just don't touch the trees.
What happens when you touch the trees?
You'll get zapped.
Pardon, sorry?
You'll get zapped.
Fair enough.
TD.
She'll turn to Venthyr with a smirk on her face. No kicking any trees, Venthyr.
I wasn't going to kick a tree, but very well.
You already did. The tree was just made into a door.
Would you kick it if Nilo told you to kick it?
I'm never going to live this down, am I?
No.
Nylo should have made a deal where Venthyr does anything that Nylo says.
Also, just as a reminder, you guys do know that there is a hideout here.
Yeah, it's in the big
in the
old
big
tree.
Any of you Fey people who know anything about this place, this name that we're looking for, is it possible that it is...
You're not allowed to ask about names.
I forgot.
You accepted the bacon.
You try to ask about that. You try to ask that question, and it just dies in your throat. Until Nyla releases you from that deal, you can't ask.
Going to ask something that might be pertinent. That's fine.
Say it.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
No. Say
You can
it.
say it in another
No,
way.
no.
You
I,
probably can
No,
get it.
here's the thing.
if I
You
d-
can circumvent the Fae
Yep.
by wording it differently.
could it be higher on the tree than...
Oh,
Where
it's
we
not on.
currently
It's
are.
not on the big tree. It's on like one of these trees. And he points to just one of the trees on the grove.
But could it be higher up as well?
Oh, like in its branches.
Yes. Further
Maybe.
up.
Where
Like,
did
I'm
you
assuming
guys-
these trees aren't small.
Yeah, like these have to be, I would imagine, larger trees.
I mean,
so
you
it
can
would be
see
safe
the
to s-
trees around. They're pretty big trees. There's no young trees in this grove. There are 0 young trees in this grove, like conspicuously so.
No.
Is there an easy way to recognize the things that are posted on these trees?
It is a
How-
piece of paper on a tree. That's about all I
It's
know.
an actual physical piece of paper.
Yes.
Is it? I thought it was carved.
I don't remember what I said.
You said it was
thought
a.
it
I believe
fun.
you said it was a piece of paper that was nailed to the tree, and we had to destroy it.
Yes.
Okay.
How, Ori, just an estimate, how high up are, like, from trunk of the tree to, like, where the first branches are, like, large branches, how high up is that?
Depends on the tree, but the shorter one's probably about 5 feet. It's not.
5 feet?
The
Okay.
taller one's a little bit higher. Depends on the tree. No tree's the same. Are all trees the same to you?
So, purely a educational, scientific question for the Fae in the show. When someone's name gets put on these trees, they get bound, yes?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have to be these trees in this grove specifically?
Well, it's a specific tree to the person they're binding.
Okay. And all those trees that could bind specific people are in this grove.
And you got no other information about this?
For example, Nilo, if I knew your true name, to bind you, I would need to find a tree in this grove specifically.
No. It's strange, you see. I'm not too sure about the fine details myself. But mortals.
Because for sake of argument, if we burn down the grove, would that solve the
No.
problem?
Do not do that.
Don't.
Okay. Can I have a reason?
You see ice forming in Arton's hand.
Oh shit, just got real.
I'm going
Don't take
to.
offense. I am not setting anything on fire. I am merely just trying to figure out the process in which this happens. If these trees did not exist, would you no longer have this problem?
I want you to real quick, when you asked about setting things on fire,
Yep.
Adria, I want you to make a perception check. Or actually, what's your passive? Never mind, hold on, I've got it written down.
My passive is 20.
You get the sense when you say that of an extreme unease and apprehension from just the general area. Just you, though.
Alright.
I'm gonna just start
These
looking
trees
for...
are very sacred. Understand that. Do not think to destroy a single one.
I do understand that. I just wish to understand the whole process more, because it seems like you have a very big problem, and there potentially is a simple solution, and
The simple solution is
beyond knowing a reason, it all seems to me like this is just some sort of sympathetic thing.
Above game, were we told not to tell them?
No.
I think we'd just be keeping it a secret.
You weren't told not to tell them any of this. You guys are just doing this of your own volition. You guys
Okay.
know that the Night King, and I think this question was asked last week. I'm not sure. You guys know that the Night King, having asked Alenza to send assistance. Alenza's the leader of the Grey Watch. She's an elf. She's an old elf, but she's the leader of a organization of paladins and such in the mortal plane that the Night King is allied with. So he, having invited them along, and Nora, you know that he doesn't just invite people in.
Mm-hmm.
If he's inviting them in, there's some level of trust there to at least their leader.
Does Nora say anything?
You know what? Nope.
All right. Okay. I'll explain a bit. These trees are connected each one to a very old fae that's back where we came from. Were you to destroy one of these trees, well, you'd be murdering someone.
Ah, see. That's a
So,
that's
Were
a
you to
very
burn?
bad consequence.
Were you to burn down this forest, you would be well. That
Almost.
dog is about my
Al-
noise.
almost on the scale of attempted genocide,
Okay.
or at least
Sophie gets it.
If you do that, it's a very, very bad idea, and you will make a lot of people very angry.
Does the dragon have a tree that we can burn?
That has already been attempted, from what I understand.
Oh, unfortunate.
I can't. This is out of above game. Didn't she move it, or is it still?
Her tree. Okay, so you guys, I think, were told by the Night King that he burned. He dug up his mother's tree, burned it, or he thought he got all of it, but somehow a piece of it remained, and I think he told you guys that it had intertwined itself in the roots of the big tree.
Okay.
So it's hard to get to it without damaging the big tree. Which is the big tree.
It's also very big.
Yeah, but it's Sylvanas kind of yeeted a long time ago. So the tree is just the remnants of the power he left there.
Yeah, but it is supporting the grove.
It is supporting the grove though. So
That idea you have is a good one, but we'll need another. It'll need to be done in another time.
wait, what was the idea? I didn't catch it because of the dog.
Burning
The
the bitch's
tree of the dragon,
Okay, yeah.
if that's even possible.
You'd have to find the remnants of it,
Okay.
and that's
And see, this
probably
is-
underground.
This is why we ask the difficult questions.
All right, fair enough.
Shall we get on with it then?
Yeah, let's go look for it.
Does that feeling go away, Ari, or does she still feel unsettled?
You get the feeling you're being watched carefully.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna walk with you this entire time while we're here.
I'm gonna go put my hand on Nilo's shoulder.
Was there a spider on me?
I can't talk about certain things. Why?
Because I gave you a piece of bacon.
The fuck?
Well, you see, I felt mortals, I got worried when people started asking about names.
Would you be so kind as to undo it?
What would you do for me?
I'll
Damn
make
bag.
sure that I will make sure that painting in this bag does not get burnt.
Oof.
And I got my shoulder's kind of aching. We'll just give it like a little massage real quick, and then I'll just release it. I swear.
Remove the hand from the shoulder.
I release you, my friend.
I'm going.
You feel whatever magic he inadvertently put on you by you accepting the fey deal for the piece of bacon lift. You've learned a lesson.
I'm going to go check the upper tree line now.
Well, at least be glad that's the lesson you learned, that I'm so, generous. Because I've heard that other people come here and just get approached by like a satyr or something. It's like, hey, can I have your names? And all of a sudden they can't remember the names because they give them away. Can I have your name? I'm joking.
I'm going to extend my wings and fly up into the tree canopy.
Holy shit, he has wings?
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for apparently this piece of paper that has been stuck to a tree somewhere, and I'm going to look above the like branch line in case someone tried to hide it or something.
Okay. I want.
Question: does he touch the trees while he's doing? Does his wings touch the trees?
It is a very thick canopy.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to be like hopping from branch to branch, but I'm going to be like elevating myself up to the point where I can see.
You brush a branch, but you don't get shocked. That may have been a lie. But
You
You-
probably need the intent.
yeah, it's the intent. You do get the feeling that somewhere somebody just got a chill down their spine after you brush the limb of a tree.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
But yeah, you fly up there. First, it is storming, by the way. Lightning is a thing.
Really, I
know.
would have never guessed.
Really, I didn't think lightning happened here.
I didn't think weather was a thing.
So
I will
here's an
get out the
important
weather
question.
dice and send you guys a fucking hurricane. Don't make me.
Out
Please.
of character, how does the grove survive lightning strikes?
Yeah,
That's still.
that's a good question.
That's
How
for
does it
me
deal
to
with
know
lightning
and you
strike?
guys to find out if you get one.
Okay, so Venthir, it's lightning rod building time.
Okay. So are you guys
More-
splitting up or what's going on?
I'm flying above the tree line, or not above the tree line. I'm flying to the point where I can see further up in some of the branches to look for this. So I'm not going to be with the rest of the group, unlikely.
I'll
If
be-
Andrea speaks about lightning, Morax just
No,
going
no,
to, like,
no,
do a
she-
little fuzzy thing.
No, there was none of that. That was all out
Okay.
of character.
You see, when a lightning strikes a normal forest, it causes a forest fire. When it burns out, you see all the ashes actually functions as good fertilizer for the forest itself, causing a regrowth that hasn't been seen in years at Nilo.
Quiet, park ranger.
What?
Alright, do you guys
Oh.
split up all like who splits do you guys go off in pairs? You go off by yourselves?
Nilo. I did say Nilo was sticking with Adria since she mentioned burning
Yeah,
this place
I
down.
just meant everybody else.
So if Adrian notices Nilo sticking to her, it's like she'll look over. I thought we were supposed to split up,
Yep, we are splitting up.
but you're
You and-
following
you-
me.
You and I are splitting up from the rest of the group.
Wouldn't it be more efficient if you went in a different direction than myself?
Yep.
She will look skyward and just roll her eyes. Oh, you fucking Fae. Ah.
You said fire. He doesn't like that.
Yeah, this is probably the worst place to say fire in it. But anyway.
Something else about forest fires. I don't like them.
Yeah, Arton's
say I
still a
like
little
them.
bit chilly right now.
Yeah, because certain
Just-
someone's tree is in this grove.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't thinking of that, but because he said fire, I'm like, get the ice, counteract the fire. Sorry, she.
Morak will just go in the direction that he's told, and will just kind of just weave through trees.
Alright, everybody make an investigation check.
I'm going to assist Adria.
10. I have good intelligence, and I'm like, blah.
Oh, come on.
13.
I believe. I
Natural 20.
apparently don't believe.
You didn't have Josh Groban backing
Hold
you
on.
up.
Hold on. Can I re-roll with this luck the silver star of luck?
What?
The luck thing that you gave me.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't remember what it was, but go ahead.
It was me.
Wait, the item?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I
Sorry, I
just
forgot it.
re-roll?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I forgot to give you that.
Fuck.
All right. You guys are all searching for this tree that you don't know.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
And I misspelled stuff. I was just copying what you had. There.
So you guys are all looking for this tree that you have no idea what it looks like, who it belongs. Well, the Fae know who it belongs to. Venthyr, there's nothing like the rest of you don't find anything. You just find all these really pretty trees. A lot of them have people out of them, like people-shaped holes in them.
Do I come across the other one?
Ya boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really
Hell
pretty.
yeah.
It's got like really light
Oh.
blue, dusty silver, and blue and purple leaves, and like
Oh.
a silver trunk.
Nora
It's
burns it down.
kind of cold. What?
Puts ice around the tree.
You get
No.
a sense of satisfaction from that. But you guys, Venthyr, you don't find anything up in the canopy, but you do notice as you're flying about a piece of paper kind of fluttering in the wind near the ground, nailed to a tree.
I'll fly down, go take a look at the piece of paper. I imagine this is it. What's it say?
It's
Also,
in a,
what tree is it on?
it is nailed to an old looking thick tree that has red and green and orange leaves. There's a few black leaves on it. They're not like sickly black, but like an opalescent black. It's got like a purples and blues in the leaf when it kind of hits the light. And the where it's nailed into the tree looks like it's bleeding. But you can't really tell what's on the paper. It's again written in that old what you've now can recognize as the old Fey language. But the name on the paper, what you see on the paper, you don't know what it is, but there's some power radiating from the words written on the paper.
Okay. How far in does the nail seem to be driven?
Pretty far.
Pretty far in. And does the paper just look like it can be easily torn away, or is it just like
Maybe.
center?
It's fluttering in the wind, but it looks like a frail piece of paper, but it's also been there, as far as you're aware, a long ass time.
How far away am I from everyone else? Roughly speaking, like
you're
would I
within
have
yelling
known...
distance.
I'm just gonna yell out to the group that I found it, or at least once that might be it. I don't know if this is the only one, but it's what we're looking for. I'm just gonna retract the wings and just kind of stand there and wait for them.
Do you know he had wings?
Were you asking me a question?
Yeah, how long has he had wings?
For as long as he's been alive, I assume.
Just so you know, you would not have seen them more than likely. They are not something that he shows often, or at least not when there are others around.
He looks like a half elf, you said, right?
Yep, he looks half elven.
What? How do you have
The wings themselves were black like raven feathers, but at the very bottom where the tips of the feathers are, they turn almost, they have like speckles of amber to them, almost an amber color to them.
yell for them, by the way? Sorry, I was.
I did, yeah. I yelled to the group that I found it, or at least what I think is it. Because I don't know how many other pieces of paper there are in this fucking grove.
All right, well, let's mosey on over.
I guess we shall.
I had a bad comment, but I'll refrain from it.
If it's where my brain went.
You'd find plenty of paper in this forest. You just have to chop it down.
Listen, we can start
Yes,
doing that
let's
if you want.
commit murder to build us a new sketchbook.
I mean,
Well,
these trees
the-
bleed. You'd get some pretty crimson paper.
With the
It's-
toilet paper shortage the way it is, sacrifices need to be made.
Some nice
Yeah, not
construction
only would you
paper.
get toilet paper, you would eliminate someone else from using toilet paper.
Exactly.
There you go.
Who said
There's
the Fae use
motivation.
toilet paper?
Every bit helps.
You're right, prestidigitation.
Bidets are a thing. Anyway.
But yes, I'll call them over.
Nora and Morak, do you go to where you're called, or?
Sure.
After a little bit.
But yeah, you guys see the paper nailed to the tree. It does have some old Fae language into it. Those of you...
Has it been an hour since I last casted language?
yeah, it's been over an hour.
Fine, I'll cast it again.
Nora, when you look at this paper, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh god, is it one of those things read and you'll explode?
What?
We're about to find out.
Nora then exploded.
Oof. Okay, Nora,
God, I'm rolling bad.
you look at this.
We're all rolling bad.
You
Hold
look.
on a second.
Okay, you look at
God,
this.
those were bad rolls. Except for that one nat 20.
You look at this paper. You see what you recognize to be part, not the full, but part of a true name, and you know that those things have power, and it hits you really hard looking at it. Because I don't know if you were just not expecting it, or not ready for the fact that
I
it
just
actually
picture
holds
someone
power
saying,
to it.
hey, I just picture someone saying, hey, Arden, can you read this for us? And she's like, alright. Oh, fuck. Smack.
Yeah, it feels like there's some sudden, like, rush of power inside your head, and it hurts.
Okay, how do we dispose of it?
But it does say it. You can tell from what it is Olorian's, like, part of Olorian's name.
Morak, could you pull that nail out of the tree?
Sure. Morak will go to, I guess, the tree, and he's gonna look at it a little hesitant, and is gonna touch the nail and see if he can pull it out.
I need you to make a strength check.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't budge. You get a sudden air of hostility from that tree.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Like, you've hurt whoever it is. Like, 'cause that tree, there is a human-shaped hole in it. So whoever's tree that is, they're not in it.
Can we not
Okay,
just
you-
remove the paper?
Narlo tugs at the paper off the nail.
It doesn't budge. You were told, just a reminder, you were told that you have to unbind them both.
Oh, is it just one? I thought they were nailed together.
The name is nailed to the other person's tree.
All right. So we only found one of two?
Alorian's name is nailed to Thoreus' tree.
Okay. So is there a second tree we need to find then?
No, Thoreus is the one who you also had to free. You had to free Thoreus and Alorian.
Okay, we need to
So
get that
getting rid of
nail.
The
this will
nail
free them
needs to
both
come
of
out,
them.
yeah.
The nail must come out. Okay. Well. Oh no! Don't do that idea.
Actually, hold on, I need to
so-
check something.
Question. If we were to try and now hear me out, if we were to try and pry the nail out, would that how much would that hurt them and or would that
A
kill
lot.
them?
They won't kill
Shouldn't
them.
kill him so long as the tree is alive. I
Well,
to
I
some
imagine-
I try. I don't want to. It would probably hurt a lot.
Does
well, we have to accomplish our mission now, don't we?
Does anyone have anything that boosts
I can.
modifiers and shit?
Yes, I do. I have one fucking spell that can actually do this shit. I will cast Enhance Ability on Morak because this is the one fucking useful thing I have. Useful spells. 1 second. Let me just.
Adria might have something as well.
I will cast it at second level. I will cast Bull Strength. You have advantage on strength checks.
All right, this is better than my idea of biting a chunk out of the tree to get the nail off.
Oh.
Morak will try one more time.
And
He's gonna look at the tree and be like, "I am sorry. This is going to probably hurt a lot." Do a strength check.
All right, so you have advantage. You can add a
22.
D4. You add a D4.
When you say that to the tree, the hostility kind of slightly goes down. It like whoever is on the other end understands, but
25.
yeah, you pull on it hard, and for a second it doesn't seem like it's gonna budge, but it comes out after a second, and it is covered in blood, and it's about a foot long. It was deep in this tree. And when you pull it out, the paper turns to ash and flies away. It just goes in the wind.
Is the tree still bleeding?
Yeah.
a question for my Fey friends. If I were to heal that, what would happen?
I don't know.
You
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
Before you do that,
We have
before you
no
do that,
idea.
before you do that, instinctively, this is what Morak would do: is go up to the tree and try to stop the bleeding with his palm. Instinct. That's just what he's done. He's a soldier. That's like something's bleeding, freaks out, stops it, tries to with his hand.
There are better ways to
Pendants
stop it.
tree.
There's better ways to stop it.
I mean, we might as well just try, right?
Do you want to do it or should I?
I'll do it.
Alright.
Morak's just like, just heal it, please.
I will do a second level cure wounds.
Okay. It seals up. It starts to seal up the wound. That spike that Morak was holding was an iron spike, so it's gonna take it a few minutes before that spell will before it'll fully heal up. It doesn't heal up as fast as you hope it would, but it stops the bleeding.
I am monumentally glad Morak was the one that touched it.
Nobody asked me what the spike was made out of. Just saying.
Nope.
I'll go over to
Oh,
Morak.
yeah.
If you want, I can take that from you. The spike.
It stinks. I don't like it.
I would like
That's-
to.
That's
Morak will
why
take
I'm
one,
going. Fair
and he'll
enough.
he'll open a little pouch, and there is iron dust in this little pouch, and he puts the iron in it.
You. Fair enough.
Before you do that, may I investigate that for a second?
Sure, it's just iron though. And he just hands it over.
Adria will just take a look.
It's just a foot long iron spike.
All right. She'll hand it back.
Yeah, and Morak will put it in his dust of death pouch.
Nora, when that paper got burned, you forget what you saw on it. Like, it's gone from your head. When it turned to dust, it went away. You know you saw something that hurt your head, but you can't pull whatever it was to the front of your mind.
Well, that does conclude what we were brought here to do. Now we'll just have to worry about getting back.
Might I suggest taking a rest in that hideout in the tree before we continue on. It is getting a bit late.
I was going to suggest exactly that.
The sun has set by this point. Storm is still going, but the sun is set.
Alright.
Well,
Head off to the tree.
well done, Morak. Good eyes, Benthia. And we sprint over to the tree.
You were told where to find
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah.
It seems like there's no door at first, and once you touch a certain part of the tree, it forms the doorway and opens the stairway that goes up. It's warmly lit on the inside of the stairway, like there's candlelight and stuff in there. It's a long staircase up, but eventually you get up to a common room inside the tree that is got plenty of space for people to sit. There's a table with food on it, fresh food.
What?
There's no dust in here. The fireplace is going.
I thought you said fire was bad for this place. What the fuck?
I am just as confused.
What? Oh, never mind.
There are a couple hallways that go from this main room down, up into the tree further. There's a fireplace. It doesn't seem to be putting off smoke. And there is a symbol above the door that is the same symbol that was on Crane's armor with the tree and the sword and the griffin on it. There's a painting above the fireplace that shows several knights in armor. One of them, for those of you who are very familiar with him, and some of the mortal ones, you will recognize him, but you guys see Mithriel standing there in some of that armor. And those of you who have seen Alorian himself, which the Fae have seen Alorian because you saw him at the summer festival, like the session 1. He's there in armor, standing next to Mithriel at the front. Sylvanus, for those of you who have seen him, is standing there. And Oberon. But Robin is not there. None of the younger Fae are there. But yep, you're in this room. There's plenty of it's fresh food. There's fruits and breads and meat and stuff on the table. Pastries.
Morak instantly goes to the meat.
Nilo also goes to the meat. And they have feral hour over there.
Yeah, it's just Morak and Nyla stuffing their face. Oh, actually, Morak's more like pulling and tearing to make smaller bits to eat.
Yeah. Anything that you guys kind of think that you might want, like, oh, if you're like, oh, you know what'd be good with this? Beer. Something brings it to you, but you can't see it. Just kind of appears
Morak
on the.
stuffs the beer.
Is there different sections to this area?
There's the sitting area in this room. Like this is a big common area. There's a dining table on one end of the room, like kind of sort of off by itself. There's a table with the sitting stuff with a few books on it. Some blankets on the sofa lounge thing and one of the chairs. It seems like this is where maybe those knights in the picture above the fireplace. This was like the relaxing area. There's a banner across one wall that says something you can't understand. Some paintings that are in some good. Everything in here is in really good shape. Like it's been cared for by someone or something. But there are corridors that go down. There's 2 or 3 corridors that go out of this room that go up into the tree.
Adria will take one of the corridors and just investigate.
You just find the one you go down is looks like it's the corridors with some sleeping areas in it, like different rooms, just that look like they're bedrooms, just single beds, a table, some books maybe in some of the rooms, a wardrobe for stuff, armor stands, weapon stands, stuff like that. It's definitely like a almost like a barracks, but a nice one.
Nice. Something that she's looking for is if there is a place where she can take a nice hot bath with a book.
There are in the rooms there are bathtubs. When you go to look at them, you feel that invisible presence that's just in the whole place, kind of questioning you. What do you want in the bath? Like, what kind of bath? You want the bath hot, cold? Like, you get the sense it's not asking them in words, it's giving you images like oils and stuff to put in a bath, or flora, or like hot, cold. Like, it's flashing images at you, not.
Gotcha.
And the same for everybody else.
Yeah, I will convey nice, hot, relaxing.
The bath starts filling up through no discernible source. And it smells of lavender and sage in the water. Flowers that have appeared in there. A cup of tea appears on the table next to the bath.
Fantastic.
What are the rest
And yeah,
of you?
Adria will just relax.
What are the rest of you doing? We'll call it after this, but what are the rest of you doing?
Lawrence eating.
Yeah, Nala was eating.
Drinking.
There was a scene I wanted to do with both Venthyr and Adria, if it's possible, though.
I'm fine with that if they're fine with it.
Sure.
Right.
All right.
Venthyr's probably changed out of his armor and put his spear away on one of the racks in his room.
You find a fresh change of clothes on the bed after you.
Just kind of looks at it.
And it's very fey, but it's not like the same style that you saw in the court. This seems like an older.
Just kind of holds it. I feel like this would be rude not taking it, but fuck it, why not? And I'll put it on. Oh, who would we lose?
Probably
Random's just gonna
Nuka. No, it's random.
Oh, alrighty.
About.
Yeah, she's going.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
What are you doing, Nyla?
He just looks at the two visitors and goes, I'd like to just apologize to you both for being secretive. Yeah, understand that a lot of bad stuff has happened with this true name business. A lot of folks being leashed, made slaves to others. Naturally, I was a bit guarded when outsiders started asking about it, but if my father-in-law's placing trust in y'all, I'll do the same. So, if you need to ask...
Your stepfather.
Father-in-law, stepfather, what is... Oh, yeah, there's actually
He's
big
gonna
difference
say
there.
father anyway, because it's eventually gonna be, hey dad.
Stepfather. I got the two words mixed up. Not important. But my stepfather places trust in you, so I will do the same. So, if you have any questions for me, I'll do my best to answer them from now on.
It's much appreciated. And please know that any suggestion or questions that I have are not of any ill intent. For example, finding out that burning down the grove would murder a lot of people, that is unacceptable. But it did seem like to me, if the consequences were low, mind you, that might have been a course of action.
Also, okay, for the sake of transparency, I'm not a fan of burning down trees, but I see where you're coming from. And sorry about the whole name thing, Venthia. If you would like a piece of bacon, I will give it to you freely.
No, thank you. I understand the need to keep secrets. As you can tell, some secrets are being kept on my end as well, but
Yeah, what's your wings?
tell you what. Once I trust you enough, I'll tell you. Not too many people know about them, but considering they proved a little useful.
Morak's probably a
One
little
second.
bit in the other room, sort of listening in, and he's just like, it's because he's probably part Esma, celestial or something.
Sorry, my phone just started vibrating. I turned it off.
Do you say
What
that
did-
out
was-
loud to where they can hear it, Nuka?
Well, no, I'm sorry,
he
I
says
missed
that
it.
out loud.
What happened? What did I miss? I missed a few seconds.
Morak just said it's probably because he is an ASMR or part celestial or something, like along those lines. He said that from the other room because he's listening in.
You Fae have some interesting customs.
I'm not a fae. I just don't listen.
Oh,
Except for if it's Mithril. Should always do what he
Or
says.
they listen very well, because that's exactly what eavesdropping is.
yes.
Either
Morak's
way.
just gonna go, I learned from the best.
Either way, I understand that secrets need to be kept, so in a situation where you think information is best left out, just say secrets can stay secret. And then I would press no further.
All right. Did you want bacon when I say that, or?
No. In fact, if you don't, let's put it this way, I'm probably not going to take anything you offer me from now on. I don't like being controlled, as I understand that some of you wouldn't like.
Yeah, I suppose I did do that. I'm sorry.
Food for thought. Have a good night, Venthia. I listen.
Good night, Venthia.
Have a good night, Nilo. Listen. That
No,
fucking
you
door.
are very tired. I understand.
That fucking door. Just gonna go to bed.
You,
Uh,
Nilo, you have rattled that poor boy.
Yeah.
I'm out of character. I am very fucking tired.
Yeah, we're about to call it here in a minute.
All right. That's all I wanted to do.
I have things for.
I cannot wait, Ari.
I have things. I've been waiting on deciding when to spring it, but you guys did. I don't need to spring it yet.
Mm.
Things are gonna happen next session. So yeah, chat. That is all. The dip out. Cause we did run a little bit late. But
I'm Blood Mage 96 everywhere. I play games.
Nanuka Puka on everything, everywhere.
At Arcanus on Twitter. You can find me here every other Thursday.
Night, did you already say your part?
No, I don't really have anything that really needs to be shielded, so.
Emor, you can find me here all the time. You can also find me every other Monday night on Silver RPG, playing Kara, the crazy necromancer pixie who is now been revealed to be a secret agent for Oberon the Fey King.
Secret Agent Pixie.
You can you'll be able to find me on Soulberry eventually soon on Wednesday nights because I'm back as Nadine. once they find me. And I am on Gates of Orchid and Iris L5R podcast as Kakita the Hime. Yeah, I got commissions open. Commission me. I am RT. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I'm sorry. Ulfric, I would love the raid, but we're ending, so we're gonna go to bed soon. So we're gonna call it now. I would feel bad just hanging out for another 10-15 minutes just to get a raid. That's not nice. So other people deserve it. So
For sure.
I'm gonna raid.
Thank you all for coming and hanging out with us.
Thanks
Oh,
for
thank
watching.
you.
Thank you.
Go give Derek some love. Okay, from Tarkov. So go
And
get-
remember, only you can avoid burning down very ancient trees.
Only you can prevent forest fires that might end in the death of several people.
That's
Several
fine.
hundred people.
Bye guys.
Well, if it was just going to be several.
Stream's over.